Hello everybody and welcome to my video. First I want to wish you and your families just the best for the new year, for the year 2021. A lot of time has passed and now today I want to make just a short video about these receivers here. These are the new receivers from Frsky, the SR8 Pro. This is an XS OTA receiver and from the Archer series. Just a little bit how to set it up, how to update the firmware, how to set the gyro and calibrate the gyro, and a little bit how to set it in the transmitter. Then I wish you fun and I hope you like the video. First, we want to unbox this, and here I have a older one from this gyro receivers from Frsky, and there are just little things that are different between these two. Now here is the newest receiver from Frsky. Is the SR8 Pro Archer series access protocol, the new protocol. Here we have the instruction manual, a couple of cables, and here you can see the size is nearly the same, or is the same. Here you have the channel 1 to channel 8, and then here on the bottom you have an S-bus in and an S-bus out. This is for the telemetry sensors, and on the back side you have a small S port with this cable. This cable fits here inside. The great thing about this new receivers is you don't need anymore the cable for the software update. The OTA, this means you can do cable-free the update for these receivers, and this I want to show you. With this older kind of receivers you have to plug in here the cable for the update. This is this one. You plug it in this side, you put in the transmitter, and then you can write the firmware on the receiver. Okay, here we have the instruction manual, what we can see here. It's all in English, it's okay. You have the step-by-step instruction for the calibration and the firmware update and programming in the transmitter, and here you have the USB link for the receiver. Then you can set up the receiver on the PC when you want. I'm always setting up my receivers with the Lua script with the transmitter, and this is for me the best and the fastest way to setting up a receiver. Before you setting up the receiver, you have to think about what do you want to do with these receivers, because these receivers are gyro receivers. You can use it like a gyro for the stabilization in the flight, and then you can disable this function when you don't need it, or you can programming a quick mode. This is a mode, then the receiver works just for the stabilization of the plane, and not the special functions what the receivers have. The special functions, I mean, you have a hover mode, you can switch a knob on your receiver, and then the plane can hover, and you have also a knife edge mode. You switch another knob, or you switch a 3-position knob. Then when you don't need these modes, then you can set up the receiver with the quick mode. Then you just have the stabilization, or you can use it like a standard receiver without the stabilization. Now I want to show you how we flash the firmware for these older ones, and then after that we flashing the firmware for the newer ones, and then you see the difference. It's not much, but here we have the transmitter. I'm using the X12S from Frsky. I have upgraded this to Access protocol. Before refreshing the firmware, I want to show you how, what do you have to program in this transmitter when you want to use the stabilization mode, the automatic mode. What do you have to do for mixers and special functions in this radio? I don't want to dive too deep to this. You can read everything in the instruction manual, but I show you quick how you have to use.
Welcome to OpenTX. Situation normal. All fucked up.
Okay, I show you on the example on the L39 from Freewing. This is just an example. Here you can see the mode. Here we have access, channel 1 to channel 16. I use in this model just 8 channels. Okay, we go here to the inputs. Here you have the default settings you do for your model. And now here we have the mixers. And in the mixers, you have channel 1 to channel 8 on this receiver. You're setting up what you need. You can use the channel 1 to channel 8 how you want to use it. And for the programming or for the stabilization, you need the channel 9, channel 10, channel 11, and channel 12. These 4 channels are for the different modes on this receiver. For example, the channel 9, I'm using this knob for. I use the channel 9 with this knob here for the stabilization sensitivity. You can here adjust the sensitivity in the flight. You can adjust the sensitivity of the stabilization. With the channel 12, you can start the self-test mode. You need when you are doing the calibration for these receivers. You need channel 9 to channel 12 for the different modes of these receivers, but you can use channel 13, 14, 15, 16. You can also use on this receiver. You have 16 channels with these receivers, and then you can use it however you want. In the special functions, you can take voices for the different modes, and when you're using OpenTX, you know this. The binding and the registration I show you later. Now we want to flash the firmware for these new receivers without cable. Okay. When we want to flash the firmware, we have to first we have to registrate the receiver and bind the receiver to the radio, and after that we can flash the new firmware. First I have to change the model, and then we see us again. I want to use this receiver in my Hobby King Focke-Wulf 1.6 meter wingspan. I think a lot of you guys know this model, and I want to use the stabilization mode also. And now I'll show you how you have to bind the new receivers on this radio. Take the right model and you have to power up the receiver. Here on the side you can see how the ports are. Here's the signal, here's plus minus. It doesn't matter which channel you use, just for the power. And now we go to model. We go down, down, down to registration. First we have to registrating the receiver to the transmitter. Okay, we push this knob. When the receiver is searching, we power up the transmitter and we push this knob on the receiver. Okay. And he found it. Enter. Registration. Okay. Now we switch off the receiver. We say okay. Enter. Then we have to bind it. We go to receiver 1, bind. Now we don't have to push the button. We just push bind and switch on the receiver. And now he said here is an SR8. I say yes, I want to bind it. Binding successful. Enter. Now we have registered it and we have bound an SR8 Pro Receiver. Green light is on. Everything is okay.